go. Turn off the volume. This is crazy, y'all. We're going to tell you guys all about it. Our place is getting wrecked. I won't be able to see comments that good tonight.
Well, I can.
You can see it. Ah, yes, better late than never. Y'all, we got stories to tell. Obviously, we made it back home to the off-grid. Hold on. Don't get dizzy now. Hold on. I gotta tighten that up. Sometimes, you know, we don't have like a studio. We got to get this thing set up, and we're already running late. Holy guacamole.
Sweatbees are crazy with all this rain we've been having.
Sweatbees. What'd you learn about the Sweatbees, Stacy? Tell everybody what you learned.
We've been having so much rain here. Like we had 9 inches of rain.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But just tell them what you learned about the Sweatbees.
So the Sweatbees are like none others I've ever seen. They're all over, like landing
everywhere.
They're everywhere. You can't even go outside. And like I like to work out outside. I can't even work out.
Do her yoga outside.
I can't do nothing. And so they're everywhere, and they just attach to you, and they drive you crazy, unless you cover your body from head to toe with like a coat or something. So I looked it up, and basically it says, I guess, and you need them because they're pollinators, of course, but they do and they live and they do all their thing in the grass. So it's raining so much here, I guess they're not happy, and they're just.
What do you mean you guess? No one's happy.
So they're out and about because
and they're
it's
all
so wet.
In our face. They're flying all around here.
Yeah, you think they'd leave by now. They start early in the morning and they go.
And when you cut the grass, they're coming out like crazy. They're trying to get in the trucks, and everywhere you go, they're all like in your ears, in your face. I said, man, all these years we've been living here, I don't remember them ever being this bad.
And you know, a lot of times you go to a restaurant somewhere, eat out on the patio. That's where you usually see them. But I mean, they are everywhere. I've never seen them before. It's crazy.
So a lot of you guys have been following our adventure. We got stranded in North Carolina for 3 weeks. This is some crazy stuff, right? I'm going to have an Airstream video coming out for you guys. And also, too, so we can warn other people that might be thinking about it. And just to kind of give you, you know, one thing I never thought of when we bought our Airstream was, can they tow it? Like, what if we break down? Will they be able to tow it? Because they can. I found out that they can't. And that's something that people need to know. And so I'll be doing that video pretty soon for you guys. You know, we're on our way to Redmond now to go to the salt mine. If you guys are in the university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. That's a place where we challenge what you think and believe. And it's a great place for community. But we're taking university students, and we're going to the Redmond salt mine. So that's going to be a blast. And then we have a meetup in Monroe Valley, Utah, at the Monroe Canyon RV Park in Monroe Canyon, Utah. And yeah, they've had a fire there, but he says there's no problems there. It's on August 10th if you guys want to show up. August 9th.
August the 9th.
August the 9th at 3 p.m. at the Monroe Canyon RV spot in Utah. Okay, at the Big Red Barn, we're having a. Come on, get out of here.
That's basic. So let her come join and show everybody and say hello.
We're going to be having a meetup there, so you can welcome to come and see me and Stacy. We're going to hang out, have a great time. We do a lot of talking and chatting and hanging out. So we're leaving for there in just a hot minute. So right now we just got back to the homestead, so we're really busy trying to get everything caught up. We're going to share with you guys some things that happened while we were gone. One night we got 9 inches plus of rain, okay? Another town close by us 2 days ago, 11 inches of rain. Okay, you guys can go look this stuff up. Where was it? Ellsbury, Missouri. It's flooded. They're talking about the flooding. Some people are saying that even the flooding in 93 wasn't this bad, and this was just a one-night rain event. The Casey's is flooded. The roads are flooded. On our property and all around here, when we got 9 inches of rain in just a little bit of time, it washed out roads. There was a lot of flooding. I'm going to share with you guys some pictures. And then if you saw, maybe last week in the live show, I talked about it. I showed you a picture. I'm going to show it to you again. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a short video tonight. But I showed you a picture of our fence line and how all the debris had stacked up against the fence and actually pushed it over a little bit. And even snapped one of the T-posts and pushed them over. But that's not even the half of it. Because once I got home and actually did my inspections.
The power of water.
I'm going to share with you guys what that looks like, okay? And this is all from them spraying the skies, okay? I don't give a rip about Fruit Loops, and I don't give a rip about the Epstein list. You know, all that stuff is just distractions, because what they're doing, and I'll show you right now, like seriously, look up here right now, and you can see right there, there's some chemtrail lines right there, okay? So they're spraying the Midwest hot and heavy, and we are apparently in the crosshairs, okay? So all around us, we see the lines in the sky, totally not normal. And if you're still on this condensation thing behind planes, oh man, you are so far behind. This is literally being sprayed by the DOD. What the DOD wants, the DOD gets.
Everyone's talking about their fruit stuff, watermelons exploding.
We're talking about apples getting rust on them.
Yeah.
A lot of people with the tomatoes have blight. So even if you're growing food, it's getting sick because of all this rain and hot and humidity. I mean, it is so sticky hot out here. It's really crazy. So right now I want to share with you guys some of the pictures and even a video that I took of what's going on around the homestead, okay? There's some of our apples right there. They got all the dark spots on them. What's that called again? Rust?
No, sooty black.
Sooty
that's
black.
Not that big a deal because you can
kind of wipe that off.
That's not, but it's the rust. We got the rust. We got everything from the rain.
Yes.
Then tell them what happened to the apple trees.
Okay, so here's one of the apple trees. Now these are 5-year-old apple trees. Okay, that one bent over. Okay, they got apples on them. The ground is so saturated. The apple trees are literally falling over to the ground.
3 of them did.
Here's another one right here. I'm going to show you how the roots are. This one right here is literally laying on the ground now, y'all. The ground is so saturated. Hopefully you guys can see that. The ground is so saturated. You can see how that tree is laying on the ground. So that's our apple trees right now. I'm going to try to pull them back up and try to brace them up. But it's, you know, we're kind of fighting a losing battle here. Now I'm going to take you guys down to the fence, okay, where I showed you last time about the fence. And here's a video that I shot, showing you guys what's going on down there.
A lot of extra work now.
And it is a lot of extra work. All right, hold on a second. Let me get this back fired up for you guys.
And we got trees snapped off. This tree just snapped right off right there. Extra work, a lot of extra work now. Thanks for the cloud seeding, government.
Okay, that was the end of it. Hold on, let me start over.
And we got trees snapped off.
Oh, okay, hold on, hold on. You guys got that part?
Extra work, a lot of... There's the damage to the fence. You can see all the debris that's smacked up against it. And even snapped the T-posts. You see how the grass is still laying down, y'all. This is crazy. And now look over here. I had a buddy come by and look at the place, and I think he just saw this. And there's Mom's cabin right there, and she loves it, by the way. But I mean, I have a complete mess over here. We got T-posts gone. We got fence pulled out. See that right there? That's actually a post. See the concrete? That's all concrete right there. That's supposed to be in the ground. And that's a big hedge post that we were using that we put in right there. See that hole? Ripped out this whole thing, y'all. That's how much water was moving through here. And this is just a little bitty creek. Like, that's all that is. It's not some big thoroughfare here. Just a little bitty creek. So I got this kind of damage just on this fence down here by Mom's house. There's Mom's house.
And then I showed you there's trees snapped off. There's literally trees that are falling over because the ground is so saturated. The root balls and everything are just falling over. They're just pulling the trees out of the ground.
Down to the fence.
That post, normally we put posts in here. That's a hedge post. It's not even just like a corner post. You know, these are like our corner posts, maybe like this. That's like this big. Me and Noah put that up on the hill. You guys might have saw that video a while ago, a couple years ago.
More than 2.
And we put, yeah, about 4 years. We put that post, it's like this fat, and we put it 5 feet in the ground because it was on that bank, right? So we didn't want it to wash out. So 5 feet of concrete holding that in, and it just pushed it out of there like it was just paper. So that whole fence down by Mom's house is totally a wreck. It's just, y'all, and it's unnecessary, right? Like, this is all caused because they're spraying, and that's it. That is a fact. Now, it went from conspiracy theory to states outlawing it, which they're not going to be able to do because that's federal airspace, and they're not going to listen to your little your little laws you pass. Florida outlawed it, still getting sprayed.
And
Tennessee
amount of
outlawed
people,
it, still
everyone's
getting
gardens
sprayed.
are having, my garden sucks.
Everybody's garden is
Yeah, crazy.
terribly in a bad way.
A lot of people
Terribly in a
have
bad way.
horse flies too.
Horse flies are big. All the bugs seem to be on steroids right now. Very active, very in the way.
They don't know what to do.
I got a little bit of a glare on the phone, but you guys can see that. All that concrete, you know, like I said, 36 inches is usually how much we put into the ground. We're talking about, we put that in, that's 3 feet. We put that in 5 feet. Plus it's stuck out of the ground to hold the fence.
Oh my gosh, you should have seen Tia had a watermelon. She had 2 watermelons. And that, you know, like a regular sized watermelon. This thing was like
huge.
It was like this big, and you couldn't even pick it up. You could be like doing a deadlift with it or something. It was so monstrous because of all the rain. The watermelons seemed to do okay, but it's crazy.
The high tunnel, you know, we just don't use it. Stacy doesn't like it. It's too much watering going on. We are gravity fed water systems around here.
It's watering, it's the problem.
She tried it the first year, y'all, and then it was like after that, she said, I'm not really interested. So it's just kind of hanging out over there. We got some plans for it coming up, so stay tuned for that. We're just, you know, it's full disclosure around here. We don't hide nothing. And so it just didn't work out for us. And that's why I never, ever got the high tunnel, is because of the watering situation, because they take a lot of water because it's hot as hell in there all the time. And so we tried it that year, and then she was just like, can't drag the hose around. I even bought a little pump for it, and it's just too much. But we got it because they're spraying the chemtrails so much. My gardens are doing pretty well, but I have to water every other day. Well, in the, you know, summertime, it's normal pretty much to water. But this is crazy. DARPA is hard at work. And what the DOD and DARPA want, they get, right? So right now they're after rare earth minerals, and they're after 15-minute city areas. That's why, you know, Palestine and California is not issuing any building permits. No one's building. Even if you go back to Hawaii, remember that? Lahaina? Remember those fires there? Right. You ever visit that again? I mean, I know we just move on to the next latest, greatest thing, but still nothing. There's nothing going on over there. Why is that? You have to ask yourself, why is that?
Ministry of Truth said, we are on our 3rd official heat wave in southeast Michigan right now, and many 90-something degree days in between. No AC here either.
And we're on.
That's why we're outside.
And we're fixing to roll into August. So you ain't seen nothing yet. So normally Missouri gets about 40, 42 inches of rain a year. And I just named off 2 rainstorms in the last couple weeks that put out 22 inches of rain, okay, within 2 days. Things are not right. We normally get about 30 to maybe 40 if it's really active, right? Tornadoes a year. This year, we're over 135 confirmed tornadoes in the state of Missouri. So I've shown you guys the patents. You can easily look them up.
Oh, Silly Rabbit's here.
Patents. This guy's throwing ambulance workers to the ground. They literally didn't try. They kidnapped him out of his house. They faked him out with a wellness check. He's Silly Rabbit. He's an OG Homestead homie. I got your text. I couldn't even believe it. Hopefully they didn't get you in there and jab you up. Because that's the thing now, too. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to this, but all the hospitals and doctors and all these people have been instructed that as soon as you enter, like the ER, emergency room, any kind of physician care, they want to know if you've been jabbed. And if you haven't, they want to pressure you into it. Okay? And then if not, they give you this thing where you have to say, like, you refuse it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of a big deal. You got to watch out for that. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Amy Sue says we had a surprise rainstorm today and all the streets were covered. Yeah, they won't even, it just happens. It just kind of like rains. And it's like someone turned the faucet on.
We're getting rain almost every day. Sometime during the day, we're getting it almost every day, even when we've been back. And not just a little bit of rain, like it comes down, torrential downpour, and then it might move out in 20 minutes or something. But everything is getting soaked. It's so crazy.
So that's why you have to have your plan. Everyone needs to have a blow-up dinghy or something, a little boat or something, just in case.
I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you're seeing dentists and you're going to the doctor, you are totally in the matrix, and you're going to get what's coming to you, which you're not going to like. You know what I mean? Because all of those people in the program is just made to keep you sick and to jack you up. Okay, we don't have primary care physicians. We don't run to the doctor. We healed my finger myself. I didn't even have to cut it off. Look at that. You can't even see it. Look at that. If you guys have been following that, look at that. I told you it would be gone last Monday or the Monday before, but now it's like, look at it. That little bump is gone, right? We did that ourselves. Y'all, if you are Bible readers, okay, call them Bible thumpers, why are you running to Big Pharma? Why are you doing that and putting chemicals in your body? To me, I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand that. If we're made in his image and he's given us the food to be our medicine, he's given us the seeds so we can grow food, why are you doing that? That's a serious thing you have to ask yourself. And then maybe ask yourself, because you've been doing it, are you better? Do you feel better? Do you look better? Because the answer is no.
And then also, you know how we've been talking about Dr. Tom Cowan, a lot of his products and things.
Love Dr. Tom Cowan's products. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up.
So he started something which I think is amazing. It's called the New Biology Clinic. And basically he has holistic, like eye doctors, holistic dentists, doctors, cardiologists, you know, everybody in the holistic scheme of things. And then you can join, like it could be a one-time fee, or you could do monthly.
We don't know nothing about it really.
Yeah, for insurance, but then you can go and look it up.
But there's doctors out there trying to, you know, because they all got jacked during COVID because they wouldn't go along with the play. So there's a lot of doctors out there that are developing systems to where you don't have to be participating in.
You don't have to go to the doctor's office. You can go and become this and talk to them online and have, you know, a visit or a talk, and then they can help you through how to do things naturally.
And Richard, you're the idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because you're buying into the lie. And he gave you a reference to go look up the man's name who started the fake stuff, right? About the circle globe, okay? It even says in your scripture books, if you read that stuff, right? It's immovable, it's flat, and it has a firmament. And, you know, you might have it in your mind like it's just flat, but there's more to it, okay? And you have to do your own homework. But if you're believing anything basically that the Rockefeller schools taught you guys, okay, and us, is a scam. It's all a lie to take you away from the truth. And that's just the way it is. We never landed on the moon. That's all a lie. Big fat lie. Okay? Big fat lie. No one landed on the moon. No one goes to outer space. You watched one of Elon Musk's rockets blow up there because it hit the firmament. Okay? There's a lot more to do on your studies than to just picture some frying pan Earth. Okay? There's more to it. But you have to do your own homework. I'm just here to rattle your chain a little bit and kind of point you in the right direction and maybe just give you a little information that you maybe never heard before. I'll never tell you what to think, but I will give you plenty to think about. And most of the people that I acknowledge, okay, or talk about have years. They forgot more than you know, right? They have so many years vested into seeking out this truth, all right? So it's up to you guys to do the rest of it, all right?
But if you are
But if the school taught you that stuff, you know it's a lie. Einstein is a scam, okay? There was no Holocaust. There was no 6 million Jews killed. It's all a scam. Patton even said it after World War II. He says, I believe that we fought for the wrong side. And then what happened? They killed him. He died in a car accident shortly after, okay? You have to do your own homework. And again, I'm just going to be here putting it out there so you can hear it, and then it's going to be up to you to do the rest.
But if you want holistic, you know, doctors and get more advice on things, it is the New Biology Clinic with Dr. Tom Cowan.
Tom Cowan. You can go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I can't drop links for you guys today. We're totally kind of unprepared, but offgridwithdougandstacy.com. And then you hit the shop tab if you want to buy medicinal teas that Stacy and I have for you guys. We also have beeswax candles that help purify the air. Our copper cups are in stock. We sell a lot of copper cups to y'all because copper cups are really good for your digestion and many other things. And we have all the list of things. So go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and then go up and hit the shop tab. And if you're on your phone, you'll see 3 little lines. Hit that. It'll drop down. It's a red shop tab. Hit that. Dr. Cowan will be there. Dr. Jones will be there. We hang out with doctors. Okay. We're not like, you know, I don't know, like I don't want to say like a lot of other homesteaders. They don't. But we like to hang out with people that are going against the current, okay, but also know what they're talking about. They're just not saying stuff, right? These are people that are experts in their field. That's who we hang out with. So you go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy,
Oh, Stacy says Dr. Collins out of the detox powder.
I
We'll
wonder
introduce
why,
that.
because
Yeah,
that stuff works. Stacy loves that
yeah.
stuff.
You can and then I don't like I'll do the detox powder for a little bit and then I'll stop and then I like the Doc of Detox. He has a detox tea. And on that one, and it's just a tea you make, you let it steep for 8 hours and then you can drink it.
Yes, Richard, I watched it just like everybody else. Just do your homework, okay? Don't dismiss things, all right? Seriously, do your homework. Don't just dismiss, all right? So enough of Richard right now. There's other people in the room too. I've given you plenty of attention.
So, yeah, on the detox tea, you could go to tmhw.net and then you can see it'll say Doc of Detox, and then you can find the detox.
Have you ever heard
tea
of
there.
Salt Cave Spas? I would really like to
Oh,
go
yeah.
to one.
Yeah, well, sure. They got them.
We're going to be in the Redmond salt mine, so if that counts.
Well, that's sulfur. We're
Oh, I'm all about it.
But we go to the cave, like the caves have the heat,
And we go to the
hot-
mineral springs
Mineral,
and the
that's
hot
got all that in it.
springs. We do all that stuff too.
Yeah, salt is amazing.
My trees are being burned by the sun in
Yep.
one day. That's another problem.
Yep.
I see a lot of brown leaves, curled leaves. It's like a magnifying glass up there because they're putting so much aluminum and barium and all that stuff is reflecting heat back to us. That's why it even feels extra special hot. Like we know it gets hot in the summertime, y'all. We've been living off grid 16 years. I mean, we know the cycles of our life here, but it's like extra sticky, extra hot. And then with this moisture is off the chain.
And then Sheila says diabetics have to go to the doctor. Well, yes, but what you can do is maybe get a consultation with somebody, a holistic doctor, and then what can happen if you want to get off of medicine or insulin or maybe change being a diabetic, you could, when you go to and get consultation from some of these holistic doctors, they can guide you into that area where possibly you could reverse it, because it can be done. So just just do your research into it. You can check, like I say, into the new biology clinic. And if not, there's lots of other holistic doctors that would be glad to, consult with you, and you can learn more about it, because I don't like it when someone says that you're going to have this disease for the rest of your life.
No,
I truly
that's
believe
fake.
your body wants to heal itself, and you can heal yourself.
It does heal itself. If you guys
So-
give it the proper inputs, like over time, your body will heal itself. That's how we're made. How did we ever survive all these years without having doctors around?
But definitely, like, look into reversing diabetes. But you can go. There's lots of holistic practitioners that can guide you into that, where you are getting healthy again. So look into that, because it can be done. I know many people who have reversed it. But do your research. Don't listen to what we say.
Don't listen to what we say. Always do your homework. But definitely don't buy into the narrative you've been poisoned with ever since you were a little kid at the Rockefeller schools.
And then Limited Access says that he or she, I don't know, started eating clean ingredients, foods I cook fresh, butcher my own meat from a butcher, and my rheumatoid arthritis inflammation is lessened by 10 times, plus times. Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
It's what you put in your mouth, especially anything sugary, is going to cause,
which is
more
everything, y'all.
inflammation.
They put sugar in all of your food because they know you're addicted to it. That's why they do it. And let me tell you, Louisiana, I mean, we have that same weather. It's hot and humid here every summer, okay? Every summer. There's a guy who cured cancer with baking soda and molasses, then he went missing. There was also a guy who started hydrogen car, and they killed him. There's another guy right now that I'm keeping my eye on, a black fella. What's his name? Well, anyways, he basically made a diesel fuel out of plastic, and he went to Washington and had it tested, and he got the certification saying, yeah, he's doing it. And then all of a sudden, poof, for 2 weeks now, he's been missing in action, okay? This is all, y'all. I don't know if you get it, man. This stuff is so deep. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you're not going to get the Epstein list. Dan Bonagino was going to quit. He ain't quitting. It's all drama to make you turn your face away from what's really important, They are master manipulators, and they're multi-generational. This stuff is deep. while we're running around trying to work hard and pay our bills and, you know what I mean, barely raise our families if they're not getting turned over to the queer agenda and rainbow flags at school. You know what I'm telling you? My sister took herself off the diabetes meds after I told her what they were doing to her. Within 2 weeks, no diabetes. Her numbers went from 300 plus to 90 and 150.
Yeah, I
And
know.
she feels great.
Yeah, many people you can reverse diabetes.
I know all about
3 months.
Nikola Tesla. That's why they killed him too, took his papers. And supposedly, you guys can look this up, but guess who has Nikola Tesla's papers and has been trying to replicate what he was doing? Donald Trump's like uncle or cousin. And you can go look this stuff up. But I've seen this stuff, you know what I mean? It's very, very interesting, y'all. This is so, it's very deep. It is very deep, man. It is very deep. And if you guys have been in the university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com, we've been trying to talk about some of this stuff that's, you know, too deep for me to talk about here on YouTube. But everything is a lie. Your whole life that you think about is a lie.
Well, Gary says he's an addict of 9 years and he has to get recovery meds. I wish I could get off of it.
You
know,
can
Gary,
get off
you can
it.
Look, but you know, you need to get help if you can find the, you know, right practitioner. And I'm saying, you know, seriously, check into the new biology clinic. Dr. Tom Cowan, you know, they all
Tell them
very
Doug
well
and Stacy sent you. What was Stacy going to say about the diabetes? She
No,
said
I'm
it.
just saying, like with I know many people within 3 months, if you do things and you're guided in the right way, you could reverse diabetes in 3 months. But they don't want you to know that. Just through lifestyle, diet changes and all that. And then you just wean yourself off. But, you know, you can't just expect to do it. Don't, you know, if anybody's diabetic, you just can't do it by yourself. You need to have someone who knows what they're doing to kind of get you through
They
it.
didn't come back from a Holocaust, all right? They were being transported out of there. Even they wrote a book about it, Hitler. I've got the book. I'm going to share it with you guys too, right? Because I want you guys to know. But he was actually moving them out. There was a big stink going on. They were boycotting all the places. They were even here in America boycotting the places. And so he started moving them out. And then what we did was we bombed the rail. My son even told me this, right? And he's in the military, right? And I almost fell on the floor when he told me that because I already know it. But we started bombing the railroads and bombing the food supplies, and that's why everybody got all skinny. The shoes that you see stacked up is a big scam. They were making shoes. They were work camps because they were working and being transported out, being relocated. And there's a whole book about it. So, you know, you can't tell me what I already know, right? Only thing you guys know is what's been propagandized by the Zionists. And they want you to believe that stuff so they can capture your heart and your mind so you're emotionally attached. So they can bomb the hell out of Gaza, okay? And mess everybody up over there, kill people just willy-nilly, and no one cares, right? Because where's the hostages? They couldn't possibly be there anymore. I mean, they've leveled that place. Please, y'all, do your homework, all right? Please do your homework. There's books written about this stuff, but you got to seek them out. This information is for real, what I'm telling you. There is no 6 million. Go look at the numbers. They revised the numbers like 3 or 4 times. There was not even 6 million of them in the whole place of the whole flat earth. So they had to keep revising the numbers. Go do the homework, right? They went and scraped the inside of these places. There's no gas on the walls. Like, go do the homework, all right? Seriously. Holy smokes, y'all. Just order your copper cups. Thanks, Nick Cowan. Appreciate that. The copper cups do you good, too. Offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Hit that shop tab. And the candles are really good, too. If you're having trouble breathing, you can pick up some mullein tea, which is very good for your respiratory, because the Father gave us everything that we need, right? And that's very good for your respiratory system. If you have what is it? OPCD or OCPD, what is it? What's it called?
COPD.
COPD, right? Any kind of a breathing problem like that, you can have the mullein tea. It helps with your respiratory. And then if you get a candle like that, it purifies the air in your home. Okay, this is just what it does. It's 100% beeswax. We pour them ourselves. No fragrances, no smells, right? We don't do pumpkin spice smells because all that stuff's toxic. Don't buy scented candles, y'all. 100% beeswax. And we have long burn times on our candles, and we have them in various sizes. COPD, yeah.
And when we were stuck, I had to go to the health food store, and like what I like to do, I'll go and get other people's beeswax candles, and I kind of burn them just to see how they burn. And ours burned really good. Like I had gotten one when we were on a trip, and it cracked. So I like the way our candles do produce. They do pretty good.
Even in the RV, y'all, we don't really turn on the lights that much. Like we're using the candles even in the RV, okay? And I know some of you guys aren't going to like what I'm saying, right? But that's okay because it's your programming, right? And it hurts. There's lots of stuff that you've been programmed into that's just a big fat lie. And I'm, going to try to jackhammer that stuff up and reset you a little bit, but you have to go do the homework and you have to keep an open mind. Your mind is like a parachute. It won't function unless it's open, okay? So if you're just dog set on your ways, then just let this stuff bounce right off you. But if you actually want to get down to the truth of the matter, you're going to go do your homework and you're going to start finding out some stuff. You can actually listen to some of Hitler's speeches now because of AI, and they're from German to English. You're going to freak out because it's the same stuff we're fighting now. Transgenderism, the woke stuff, all this woke stuff. Go try that too, right? All right. Don't use fabric softener sheets. You ain't lying.
No, please,
they're totally toxic. They got you all trained in on Bounce and Tide.
And all those are endocrine disruptors. That's going to mess with male and female hormones. It causes issues, lots of stuff, lots of issues in the body. So, from fertility problems to cancers, it's not good. So, you want to be as natural as you can. I mean, honestly, we talk about these times and what's going on. If people want to prep, we talk about prepping a lot. Baking soda, if you even buy a big thing of baking soda you can do a lot with. Some people, you might take it internally, like if you have indigestion or, it's alkalizing, and you can wash your hair with it. You can clean with it. I mean, you can use baking soda for a lot of, different things. Brush your teeth with it. So you can use baking soda, and that's something that could be useful if you're going to start prepping, something like that will last long term and it's not going to really go bad.
I'm going to knock out 3 questions real here. The type of generator I recommend is a Honda generator, but the Predator and some of these ones from Harbor Freight are pretty good too, right? I look for the decibels because I don't like them to be too loud, and I know the Honda generators, we have several of them. They last a long time and they're very quiet.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, like I'm a person, when you hear that, it just
rattles your soul.
You can't. You just can't.
Colloidal silver is very good. It's good for eye treatments. It's good for just about anything. A lot of different uses.
If I had an open gash or something and I wanted to clean it out real quick, I would put some of that on there first.
Colloidal silver is good. And Show Enough says that Hitler was getting rid of porn, and all you got to do is spend 2 seconds and look down. Who runs the porn industry now? Go look it up. Who runs the porn industry? It's the Jews. All right? I mean, y'all, I don't think you get it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, because I'm going to just keep spitting it at you. And then eventually you're going to be like, I'm going to go look it up. And then you're going to see who it is. And the guy who brought up Trump, right? That Cohn dude, that dude was a bad dude, right? He was a lawyer in New York. Go look up him. Okay? Trump is not your president just because we wanted Trump to be president. Okay? They've been putting him in your face ever since the 70s. Okay? And even asking him if he'd ever be president. All right? So he's not just popping on the scene to do the thing. He's been selected to be here right now. Okay? To be here right now in this moment to usher in the techno tyranny that we're about to start looking at in our face coming up shortly, like probably within the next 4 or 5 years. All right. Do y'all believe in the same religion? What is it? All right. Just wool balls. No need. Yeah, and you know what else is good is the alpaca. They make those balls for the alpaca for your dryer. Those are very good. And they're not scented, and they work really good. We got some for Mom. We've used them before. We even had alpacas, if you guys have been OG with us a long time. We had a bunch of alpacas over here. But we got rid of them. All the destruction is going to crock. Yeah. What can I do for gout? My spouse keeps getting it.
Well, I mean, look into the diet. That is a huge thing right there. Anti-inflammatory diet, no sugar, fried foods, get rid of the seed oils. Make sure you're cooking with a good saturated fat like ghee or beef tallow or duck fat or something like that, or coconut oil. No canola oil, no vegetable oils. Stay away from any kind of seed oils like that. Cook with the saturated fat. Change the diet. Make sure you're getting plenty of good water, especially structured water would be incredible. Structured water if you drink consistently the structured water, it can get rid of a lot of problems that people are having. And I know a lot of people, my mother-in-law had gout and she did the raw apple cider vinegar. If you take it like maybe in the morning, at night before you go to bed, it can really help with the symptoms, and that helped hers go away right away. But everything is going to really look at the diet. The diet is really, 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 really important. And then if you're looking into structuring devices, you can go to TMHW, Tia Murphy Holistic Wellness, tmhw.net. Go to her website and you'll see the structuring units there.
And pretty soon I'll have her as a link on our channel, but I just haven't had the time to do it just yet. And we're trying to work on this darn Missouri Tea Company channel, because that's the tea company that Stacy and I have, where we sell all of our medicinal teas and, candles and stuff like that for you guys. Stacy's written a book on home remedies, y'all. If you want to know how to take care of yourself instead of trying to cram a question in here every week with 4, 5, 6,000 people, you could get her home remedy book with over 100 home remedies. I'm sorry. Correction.
And everything
200 home remedies
care,
for you guys.
Health care, along with just everything else.
And just go to offgoodwithdougandstacy.com and then hit the shop tabs, and you'll see we have a digital download for those on a budget that want to just print it out at home, no problem. And then we also have the hardbacks. Okay, and those hardbacks are easy to open, so the pages stay open and you can do your thing and mix your stuff, and it's really good for you. Okay. Yes, we don't sell mullein seeds, but you can scroll down on our page to Sow Right Seeds, who sell organic, heirloom seeds, not organic, but heirloom seeds, and they'll probably have some mullein seeds for you.
Kim, no, I wouldn't use Meyer stuff. I really like, the Ecos, E-C-O-S, they have a pretty clean thing, except for they have the Ecos laundry detergent, they have the unscented, and I think there's one that really smells like magnolia or something. They sell it at Costco, and it's got fragrance in it. You have to be careful when you're reading those, and they may be all good, and then it says fragrance. Get away from it. There's your endocrine disruptor.
Yeah.
So I would the Myers isn't the best. Yeah, you can get any of the Castile type soaps are good. But for laundry stuff, Ecos has some really good stuff. They have dish soap, laundry detergent, and a lot of other different things. So
yes, onions on the feet really work, and on your chest, right? Because onions are drawers. So when you cut an onion open, you don't really want to leave it on your counter unless you want to draw bad stuff out of the air. And you'll see that thing. It'll go to work for you.
So when you look at onions, and I've said this before, are they looking at the box?
I don't know. That's what I'm
The
looking
guineas are alerting. So when you see
Get
an
him, Ron,
onion,
get him! Get him, girl!
well, maybe she is getting the box. So if you have an onion and you would cut it in half, and let's say you didn't use it all and you stuck it on the counter, if you wait a little bit and you start seeing it kind of shrivels up, well, it definitely is going to draw and pull the toxins from wherever it's at. So look at people who get an onion, they don't use it all, and they decide, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and they put it in a plastic bag. That's the worst thing you can do, because it's going to suck all the microplastics out. So if you're one of those people that have onions, don't put it in a plastic bag. Generally what I do is, if I'm going to cut it in half, if I had a big onion, I'm going to cut the thing in half, and then I might put it upside down in a bowl, not a plastic bowl. And
Let's get away from plastic.
And then when I'm ready to use it, I always slice off that first top piece, and then I'll use the rest of it, later on that day or something like that.
And if you want to know how to clean your copper cups, if you just go to offgoodwithdougandstacy.com and then go to the copper cup, we actually have cleaning instructions there for you.
Yeah, baking soda. So here,
it's crazy.
Jen says, the two major prep things that I would have, if you want, because you can barter with, you could do a lot with it, is she's saying baking and soda are her best friends. They are. You can do so much with vinegar. Like I say, you can clean with it. You can use it for your hair. You can use it for your skin. You can use it for so many different things. and they work great. So if you start collecting them, they're not going to go bad. You can just put them back someplace cool, and then they'll last. You need to barter with them, or if you need to do things with them, you can do it.
Parsha Marshall's still buying the narrative. They witnessed a lot of starving people. Yeah, that would probably, you know, cause a little PTSD, like seeing a bunch of people so skinny that you can almost see their skeleton. But we did that. We bombed their supply routes, okay? We took that food out of their mouths, period. End of conversation, all right? Please go learn your stuff and stop listening to the programming. When and how much trim sweet potato vines? When you have sweet potato vines growing like that, chip them off and start making salads and stuff with them.
No, not salads.
Well, the greens are very good for you to eat.
So on your sweet potatoes, you don't want to cut them. Just let them. I just let them go. And in the heat of winter, the heat of summer. I'm wishing it was winter right now. But in the summer.
And in the winter, you're wishing it was summer.
Yeah. In the heat of, I'm really hot. I cannot really speak right now. But the sweet potato vines are really the only thing that's green right now, because like all your lettuce is bolted. So you can get those greens. You can saute them with some onions.
Put that on your thing there. I'm gonna move this closer because they can hear me because my voice projects, y'all. I don't need, when we do our conferences, I barely need a microphone. But Stacy's a soft talker. So let me try to move this a little closer.
I'm not a soft talker.
Yeah, you are. They're telling. They said they can hardly hear you.
More. Yeah, you need to move it closer.
All right. So we're gonna get you guys set up. You know, we care about you guys, and we want you to make sure you're hearing everything we're saying here. So maybe this will help a little bit. Stacy, please speak up.
Can you hear me now? Are you good? Can you hear me? Yeah, I want to talk about borax. Yeah, so borax is another one. So here, let's talk. These are all great prepping things. Getting a bunch of borax, baking soda, vinegar. Borax is good. You could use it on the bugs. Borax is an incredible, and I did a thing on like detoxing foot baths. It's an incredible thing to put for a foot bath for like heavy metals and stuff like that. So you can use that as well.
Man, it's hot as the dickens out here.
Yes, Denise said you can wash your clothes with baking soda, and you can use a rinse of the vinegar to help get the powder and stuff off. So that's kind of what I use. I like to put baking soda, the Arm & Hammer washing soda, and then I like even grate a little, what do you want to call it? The Castile soap that's in a bar. And you can grate that, and I put that in there, and that's what I wash with. And at the end of my wash cycle, then I can use vinegar, and then I rinse it all off. So all these things are something that you could, if you had a bag of baking soda, you can wash your clothes in it. You know, you can use it for so much. So those things are all important that we're talking about.
Julie Carter, if your teeth are bad, you need to get yourself some virgin or what is it? Coconut oil? What kind?
Well, before we go there, let's talk a little bit about the cell salts, the homeopathy, the cell salts or the tissue salts.
You can get those at the Dr. Cowan, C-O-W-A-N, somebody asked, but it's on our link, offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Hit the shop tab. That link saves you money. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then the Calfleur and the Calphos, you can use a lot of these for your teeth because they're very help remineralize your teeth. So as well as, and he was going to talk about oil pulling with some coconut oil. You can swish in your mouth, spit it in the trash can. That kind of helps pull the toxins out and help to remineralize. But there's lots of different recipes. I also like pearl powder. You could even mix a little pearl powder in with some coconut oil and swish with it. I know a lot of people don't want to go 15 minutes swishing their mouth with coconut oil. So if you use castor oil, you can do castor oil for about a minute or two, and then if you put a little of the pearl powder in that, you can find some pearl powder, and you can swish it around as well. If you want the pearl powder, I think you can also get that.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I don't know if it's the topic of conversation or what, but man, plus we're getting sprayed. Look.
Oh, they're gone again.
I know. There's another spray right there. Hold on, let me zoom in. Spray, 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 spray. All the way across the sky. There he is over there. I can't really zoom in that good on this phone, but trust me when I tell you. So all that stuff causing bad signals. So you're going to get a little dizzy right now while I try to reorientate us so we can hang out for a few more minutes. And then we got to go.
There's my old washing machine.
All right, there we are. Yeah, we got that washing machine. I thought I was big business, man, because we found that for sale. And the Amish, what they do is they take motors like Honda motors and they put them on them old washing machines, but there's only a special one that around here that they do. And I got the wrong one. Ha! So I took it all the way over to their house and I was going to get it all put together. And they were like, sorry, that's the wrong one.
Doesn't work.
So it's just been sitting over there.
Well, I can plug it into the generator.
Thanks for the 2,200 of you that stayed with us until we could reconnect. I don't know what that was all about. We have battery power. We have clear, well, not really skies, but wispy, crazy skies. But I don't know why that lost power. All right. We got rid of our alpacas because, one, we don't eat them because we eat biblically, right? It has to have a chew the cud, and it has to have a split hoof. And at first when I saw those things, I thought they had a split hoof. No, they got toes. So we couldn't eat them. And then, you know, we're off grid here and you got to shear those things. And it's a big chore to shear those things. And so I did that 1 year here. And I told the guy who helped me, who had a bunch of alpacas as well, Troy, Alpacas of Troy. I told him, here, you want to just take these things with you? And he did. Because, I mean, I wasn't going to do it. And then that's when we got sheep, y'all. Sheep are easy keepers. You know, we love our sheep. We can eat them. You know, everything about them's good.
Yeah,
Goats are overrated. Goats will eat your pasture and everything down to nothing. So they're going to outlive what you got in your space for them and stuff. So,
well, they like to get out too.
Yeah.
But some people love their goats.
No. Unless you're milking and you want that stuff. I mean, other than that,
people have
it's
them
no
as
good.
pets. They love them to death.
Well,
you don't like them, but other people.
Gary's boys got them for pets. Crazy.
Yeah,
they even got air conditioning for them.
We love our sheep.
And the fiber on them just tanked, right? So when we first got it, the fiber was pretty lucrative, but it's a big hassle to get it processed and made into like socks or any kind of stuff like that. And then the value of it just kind of blew out. So basically what that was a scam for the rich people like ostriches and stuff, so they could create these tax havens. And, that's what happened. Yeah, anytime you start throwing around 6 million, turned into 4 million, turned into 2.5 million, you get zapped off of YouTube. All right, so let's catch back up to the comments. Thanks for hanging in there, you 2,900 people, you.
Yeah, you can rent your goats out and to clear brush and sheep too. They do a good job.
Llamas are better pack animals than alpacas. They are made for that stuff, and they're also actually very good on the homestead if you need something to protect your sheep or your goats or anything. You can throw a llama in with them.
You get a llama instead of a donkey. Some people do
a donkey's very good too. We've had donkey friends around here that use the donkeys, and they'll break their leg fighting for the sheep. Yeah, because they're stomping on the whatever tries to get them, the coyote or whatever. So that's really good too.
We had a donkey when we
Man, what a nice live show. If you guys hung in there, we've been talking about all kinds of things. We cover a variety of topics every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We've almost been on for an hour, even with this little interruption we had.
Atlas Adventure says, yeah, they do spit. And I will tell you,
yeah, the
you don't want to
llamas be right in your face.
Well, and they said to us, because I said, don't they spit? Because I knew llamas did. And they were like, no, alpacas don't spit. They won't spit at you like a llama will. So I remember, well, because they spit at each other.
Yeah.
So when you get in between their spitting fight, it was probably one of the most disgusting smells I think I've ever had. And you cannot get it out. I remember I was feeding them, and then you put stuff down there, and then all of a sudden they're fighting, and all of a sudden your head's down there, and then they're spitting at each other, and it gets in your hair. I remember it was on my clothes, on my face, and it was a horrible smell, and you cannot get rid of it.
No, Richard. It's just acknowledging that it's all a lie. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing about paranoia. I'm not paranoid about nothing. But I know that we are literally living in the Truman Show, and it's all been a big fat lie. And it's going to be up to you to break free, right? And drop your programming from school. Why do you think they have schools? They've never had schools to teach you anything. Go look this stuff up, man. The schools were to make you a good worker. They said, we don't want thinkers, we want workers. And they designed the school to be just like your job, with a school bell, different classes, you know what I mean? All industrial. That's why they look like prisons. Man, do yourself a favor and dig into this stuff. Yes, and make sure you're subscribed to us. You will get unsubscribed from our channel, so make sure you did. Yes, Jessica, she snuck some sweet potato greens into her dinner tonight.
They're really good. I like.
She had orzo chicken.
Well, that sounds good with the sweet potato greens. Yeah, that'd be good. Or, you know, like, you know, when you go to a fancy restaurant, they'll put like your steak and mashed potatoes. You could do the sweet potato greens, saute a bunch of them, put them at the bottom, and then put some mashed potatoes on top of the greens, and then put your steak on top of that. Won't that be delicious? And then you can make a meal
Thanks,
out
David.
of it.
That I appreciate that, David. I mean, I'm just trying to wake people up from their slumber. You know what I mean? So it's hard to handle sometimes. Like when you hear this stuff, maybe for the first time, it's like, OMG. Like, I can't even believe it. And then you start looking it up, man, and it's all in front of your face. I did a video a long time ago about the Trilateral Commission, right? And the senator that they have on there, well, he died in a plane crash shortly after. And then I put that short up about the Barney Miller episode. Barney Miller, right? The detective, the cop.
Yeah, Barney Miller.
And they were talking about the Trilateral Commission and that the Bushes are in on it and on and on and on, right? Y'all, we are so jacked up. All these people are selected. They're not elected. And that's why we can't gain any ground. That's why we're paying property tax, personal property tax, tax on your paychecks, no representation. The big stinky bill got passed, right? No one can do anything about it. All you hear is people complaining, but they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, right? Oh, yeah, and the children. The U.S. government is the largest trafficker. Remember when I warned you guys about Tim Ballard? Where is that guy? Where's all that money? Where's all the people that he's supposedly out there saving, right? Tim Ballard was a total scam. So anybody you saw presenting him or parading around with him is a scam, right?
Alice Adventure says, does anyone else have broodies laying on eggs? I'm super excited about baby ticks. It is the coolest, the first time it happens when all of a sudden, maybe you don't even know it. And one of them was hiding somewhere and they come out with their little babies. It's like the coolest thing. But yeah, it's really neat. It is a very exciting when you can hatch the chicks on your own without like interfering or anything, and they come out naturally. It's pretty cool.
You guys don't know about the Internet of Things. You don't understand what's being done to your bodies. And if you let your kids play with these cell phones, shame on you. And don't carry these devices in your hands or in your pockets. All right, Stacy has hers on a stand. Mine is on a stand. This is on a stand. We don't carry these things in our pockets. I actually got some Faraday bags, and whenever I'm not using my phone, I'm stuffing them in the Faraday bag.
Yeah, I love them now. We use Faraday. Yeah, you want to show your Faraday?
No, but I'm just, well, I got them right here.
I love them.
But you guys don't understand. See, like, I know people, okay? I know people deep in the military. I know people that go to the Pentagon. I know some people, and they tell me what's going on. And how they can, what they do is it's called your, like your daily habits, okay? I forget the exact name that they use. It's all this kind of mumbo jumbo. But they basically, if they want to watch how you live, they have this device. You take this thing wherever you go. And then if they want to snuff you out or pick you up or, grab you, well, they know where you are because you do the same stuff. We're creatures of habit, right? So you're doing the same stuff mostly all the time. So I'm finding out ways that I can block this stuff. And I'm going to share those with you guys in an upcoming video about some of the stuff I learned from my Pentagon IT guy. And it's off the chain, what they're doing to you guys. And Microsoft, the government just ended the Microsoft deal because Microsoft was backdooring our stuff with the Chinese. Did you know that? There's actually news stories about that, but we're so focused on Epstein and the fake list we'll never get. That we forgot about that.
And Daryl, yes, we have our own bees. They're right over there. I can see them buzzing around.
Oh, they're hot. Outside. They're all on the outside. It's called bearding. Yeah. They are hot as all get out. We have a break in the heat coming in a couple of days. Unfortunately, we'll already be gone.
Yeah.
Stacy always looks lovely.
I have that sweaty glow on me today.
And I also have one for the computer, right? So you want one for your computer, Faraday bag. You want one for your phones. And it's just going to help block that stuff, right? And honestly, like, why are people, when I was young, remember you guys, we'd come home, check our voicemail, or maybe mom took a phone call for us and said, Tom called you, give him a call back. So you call him back. Why are we so dragging around these phones all the time? Mentally, you're not even supposed to take in this much information or
your nervous
be
system.
This much available all the time. It messes with your fight or flight stuff. And that also contributes to your sickness.
The ding, 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 ding all the time. Every time you hear a ding, or you get an email, or you get a text, or you get a message or something. So it's like maybe schedule in your day times when you're going to look at your phone, and just like you would do it with your kids, they have a certain amount of allotted time. You do too, because it gets to the point where it's sort of like a drug and it pulls you in, and you really feel like lethargic. It's sort of like, a drug that where you just don't feel like you want to do anything, and you get really lazy and tired, and it just sucks the energy out of you.
I don't even know where my comments are.
I can read them,
I
but
know.
my phone's ready to die, so I can already
My
see
phone's
'em.
ready to die. So we've been on here for an hour spitting out this truth. You can accept it, not accept it, reject it,
Where to get the
call
Faraday
me
bags
crazy. No, just go look them up. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. Whatever you want to do with it. Share it, not share it, whatever. But, it's out there. So now you've heard it with your own ears. The ears, the one that just heals miraculously without any scars or damage to it after being shot. Man, come on, you guys. Seriously. Come on. Are you that much in the trance? Did you ever look up MAGA in Latin? Did you know that that's a witch's chant? It's a spell? Did you ever look that? It's just a coincidence, I'm sure. But, if you think that Trump got shot in his ear by some peckerwood on a building across the way, you're deep in the Kool-Aid, okay? The WWEF, whatever it's called, WFWWF Kool-Aid, all right? Never happened. Now he's even got his hair super short. He just got a haircut. Now he's totally showing you the ear after the Band-Aid. That was to make you want him even more. That's a sales technique, the art of the deal. It's called the takeaway, right? So when you almost take it away, then the people want it even more, okay? Especially if they were interested a little bit. So everything is a bamboozle. You know what I'm telling you? They're taking you to where they want to go, and you guys were just willy-nilly flubbling along. Because we're not going to do what the Constitution says, which is to dismiss this government and to start our own.
Put that up here.
No, it's dead. I got 13% here, and this one is 30%. So, it doesn't take long to chew it up with the camera going and stuff. Ever heard that the missing kids, one side of the milk cartons? Don't you guys get it too? Like Bruce Willis's wife, when she started going with Ashton Kutcher, they actually set up a thing where they were harvesting that information, and they got busted, right? This whole thing is just demonic. Anybody that you guys see on TV, for the most part, 99.999%, is a scam, because they've been put there to woo you and to keep you distracted, okay? All the people that you've seen make it and that are in the movies and all this stuff, they've all made the deal with the devil. And that's how they got their... Did you know, I found this out too, the dude on Family Feud, what's the black guy's name? The big bald-headed dude.
Yeah. What am I blanking out? What's his name?
He gives you the story about sleeping in his car and all this kind of stuff. It's all a lie. It is all a lie. And there's people out there trying to expose it. Even Michael Jackson wrote a song about the Jews. And you can go look this stuff up. And where did he end up? Seriously, y'all. You have to do your homework. I forget that guy's name, though.
Yeah, why? It's Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. His whole story is a lie. A big fat lie. And don't you remember when, well, you guys probably don't, some of you probably don't even watch this stuff. What's the comedian guy who went on Sharp's podcast? The little guy with the squeaky voice.
Oh, yeah. The heat is really...
He was spitting out all kinds of truth on you guys. That if you ever see one of your comedians or anybody in a dress, Flip Wilson and all these people that are wearing dresses, that's a total coming out thing. That's basically saying, that's the blood deal, that they're saying that they're in the program. So anybody that you've ever seen, Dustin Hoffman, turn into a woman and do that on television or wear those kind of clothes, that is totally a ritual. Man, what was his name? It's Cat Williams. Cat Williams, right? He said that stuff right to your face. If you go look up the podcast that he did, it was like a 2-hour podcast, and he was with Shannon Sharp, and he was telling you guys all kinds of truth. Okay? This is just the truth, man. And you guys can look it up or don't look it up or call me crazy. I don't really care. I'm not really here to make friends. I'm just here to speak my truth. That's why we have our channel. That's all we've ever done, is share our homestead life, our off-grid life, and speak truth. And that's what, that's just what I do. All right. Were you there when Trump was supposed to have been shot? If not, you do not know. Were you there when Trump was supposed? Debbie, I don't have to be there. I have eyeballs, and I'm a common sense thinking man. And I know about bullets, and I know why CNN is never at any of his rallies. All of a sudden, they're right in the front row of this one. Okay, I know about the DOD facility. That was all a DOD facility there. I know about the plastics place where they wanted to get the patent and the information on a certain type of plastic that was being developed. I know about all this stuff. You know more about the latest scandal of the two people on the Jumbotron than you do of the shooter from that thing, still to this day. So don't tell me, man, it's all a scam.
And now it's all about Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne.
They're putting that in everyone's feeds.
The black dude from the Cosby Show, just mysteriously drowned. Like, here's a guy who knows what's going on, has a little inside information, starting to bother his conscience a little bit. He's starting to kind of squeak it out a little bit. All of a sudden, he's dead. Swimming, he just drowned. It's wild. It's wild out here, y'all. Oh my gosh. While the bullets are flying, hitting the ear, the audience is not even running. Right. Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Keep speaking truth. Wake up, everybody. Doug and John Thorne. I don't know about that. I don't know what John Thorne means. Devil worship, Ozzy Osbourne.
What? Oh. I thought that was a fox. That's a frog, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
Sometimes a frog might sound like a fox yapping.
Kevin Hart is totally in on it. That's why you're seeing him in all these commercials now. See, what they got to do is they got to kind of keep them working, right? So you'll see like they just pop up anywhere, little or no talent, and then they do their thing. Oh, that's
there's a blue heron.
Blue heron just flew over. So that's why you see there's another one.
I never see two. They look like pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Cool. That was neat. Oh, it's them making the noise.
Yeah, I tried to catch them for you guys, but I was too slow.
Yeah, they're loners. You don't ever see two of them together.
Well, they got a mate.
Cool. Well, it's a little hot to mate. This is not mating season.
They're all black from the Cosby Show. Right, but I'm talking about the son, right? He just died, like, if you go look it up, like last week.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Malcolm, right.
Jamal Warner.
All of a sudden, he's, drowned. What about Obama's chef? He just drowned. What about the Clintons? They got a whole laundry list of people that are dead around them, right? I have the girl from MK Ultra, okay, and she tells you the story about how she was passed around with them. It's disgusting, you guys. A lot of you guys don't know about NASA and MK Ultra and all this stuff. We're just out here trying to pay our bills and work our jobs and all this stuff, and we don't have time for it. But they flaunt this stuff and put it right in your face. It's crazy like that. Robin Williams, yes.
Yeah, he were. Mrs.
Totally in on it, but he suicided himself, right? Kennedy Jr.'s wife, right? She hung herself. Have you guys ever looked up his first wife hung herself? Have you guys ever looked up the statistics on women that hang themselves? It's like doesn't even exist. Now put in a woman with children. How many of those hang themselves? Kennedy Jr. is going to save you from Kellogg's and from Fruit Loops.
Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down the other way. Go the other way.
John Thorne is spamming inappropriate messages. I know, and I can't do anything about it. I saw that, but I can't because I don't have my computer. We were in a hurry to get on here tonight. So next time I see him, I'll whack him from the channel, and I appreciate you trying to make it aware.
Someone, I just couldn't see it, but they were talking about how to shrink non-cancerous tumors. So Doug just did that. Show your finger.
My finger's right there. If you guys have been following that.
That was out to like here.
Yep.
Those from scar tissue, but like kind of any tumors kind of stuff. But remember, we're not doctors or anything. It's things that we have done on ourselves or family members or people that we know we've worked on like that.
Took you long enough, silly rabbit.
There's a book called Healing with DMSO. You could utilize DMSO, castor oil, frankincense oil. You know, kind of look into some of these things for shrinking tumors. I've known quite a few people who have just used frankincense oil with castor oil by itself, and then on animals as well, like dogs, and then putting it on a few times a day, and a lot of them shrunk. Some of them exploded and then went away. But it's something that isn't going to happen in a week or two. You have to do it every day, and then it eventually could go away. But like a little tumor or something, like if I had that on me, I would probably do some castor oil and some
I wouldn't let them cut it.
frankincense.
I wouldn't let them cut them and burn me and all this stuff and spread it all around my body. And listen, two
You got rid
honeys
of
in a
his.
hive, 2 honeys in a hive. If you have your swarm traps up, I would make sure that you still have your fragrance in there, you know, working properly, right? Your lemongrass. And then I would make, there's a baby one. He's going down to the pond. You see
Baby,
him?
it's a whole family. That's
Yep.
a baby.
He's going down to the pond.
You have a baby heron.
So, but if you have multiple hives up, I would make sure my lemongrass is still in there. But this is the time they swarm, and you know, they get hot and they start splitting out. So I wouldn't take them down if you didn't have to. You know, I'd leave them up.
And when we're talking about tumors or anything, always do your research on all these things. These are
Yeah,
just
we're not
things that
doctors.
works
We don't
on
play
us.
any on YouTube. All right, y'all. It's another banger of an episode. We appreciate every single one of you guys, even the naysayers like Richard. We appreciate you guys showing up. I see your post, graphics 29. Now you missed on what you were going to say. You should have put it on there too. Castor oil is good too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Castor oil. I would do castor oil and frankincense.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe was passed around, and then she ended up dead, right? Like she just did an overdose, and the sleeping pills were by her bed. Y'all, everything is a lie. That's totally a lie. I don't believe any of that stuff. She had the dirt, and she was probably threatening them with some dirt dispensal, and they dusted her off, right? Even like Elvis Presley, I was hearing some stuff the other day about Elvis the pelvis. Another reason why they used him too was to sexualize everything, because, you know, it was very conservative back then. If you remember correctly, like they were freaking out because he was shaking his hips on television.
Well,
but that was all to start pushing you in this progressively sexualization on television stuff, right? It all started there. But there's some weird stuff going on with Elvis and Priscilla and all them, and you should look into that as well. It's pretty crazy stuff. All right. That's it, man. That's all we got for you guys. If you guys are watching the replay, just leave a comment down below. We'll try to answer those for you. If you want to get some medicinal teas that do your body good, some beeswax candles, some stainless steel tea balls, Stacy's Remedy
The
book
hibiscus tea for
is
cold
very
is
good.
really
and it helps
good.
you hydrate yourself after these hot, sweaty days.
Oh, I haven't even told you. The Amish like the hibiscus
They
tea
love
so
it.
much. They want to start carrying it.
At the store.
Yes, so that they can start selling it, because all the ladies are talking and how it's helping them, and they all have high blood pressure, so they all want it.
It's very good, y'all.
Yeah.
Hibiscus tea, we have the mullein tea, we have the dandelion tea. All these things are from the earth, and they do your body good. These are the things that Big Pharma rips off, synthesizes, puts petroleum in, and then sells it to you as a cure, when you can actually just go right to the root of it all, okay? Our beeswax candles are good for your breathing. So is our mullein tea. We have the chocolate tea, which is rich in theobromine.
Actually, Doug just had the chocolate mint this morning.
Yes, I
for
did.
breakfast.
That's my favorite tea. I told somebody we had chocolate tea. Who was that? Oh,
Oh no, you know what he did? It was so funny, because normally, like, it's been so hot. We're sweating so much. We're doing the relight a couple times a
Yeah.
day. So I wasn't around, and he was out doing some cutting the grass or doing something. And I asked him, I said, he says, I got the relight today. And
well, I
said,
did it myself.
well, and I didn't give you any relight today. And he says, I have the chocolate one. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And if you guys remember, we did a thing talking about, Redmond.
It's got the
they
chocolate.
Had a
It's pretty
special
good.
edition, which is chocolate. And he really
But
liked
I
it.
had like this much water in my jug, and I put like the whole cap in there, the whole cap full of it in there, man.
That's a serving.
It was way too chocolatey. It was, and I like chocolate, but it was so
But
chocolatey.
it actually is pretty good. But you put it at about 16 ounces.
Yeah.
But if anybody needs relight, make sure if you're sweating.
You go to the Redmond link at offgridwithdougandstacy.com and hit the shop tab, and you scroll down to Redmond, and then you can get the salt, which is right from the earth, has never seen plastics, is very good for you. Has all the minerals your body needs, and they also make the Relight. And that link, all of our links save you money on the products that you're looking for.
And then what I had today, I did the children's one, the pineapple one, the children's version. I like the children's version, or I like the plain.
All right, last question is for Lynn. Okay,
Lynn?
How do you get rid of skin tags?
There's a few things you can do that are simple. Like if you have iodine, you can put iodine on it. Just put it on a few times a day. Just keep putting it on, and eventually it'll fall off. You could get a Q-tip with some raw apple cider vinegar, and you can just put that on there. A lot of times, if you want to do it, you could, because the apple cider vinegar might burn the skin around if you like kept it on there. So if you have a skin tag, let's say wherever it is, I would put it like a little oil, like coconut oil, around it, and then get the Q-tip and then put the apple cider vinegar on the skin tag, but then make sure you're protected with the oil. And then you could put a Band-Aid over it if you want. Or for me, like stuff like that, I am just really aggressive. I'm like a bulldog. I'll just constantly, I'll carry it with me or whatever, and I'll constantly just do it all day long. And then eventually it falls off quicker if you have a problem.
Scrap owl, if you just recovered from a bad case of shingles, you could get some Redmond clay and put that on the areas that hurt. But I'm just telling you, that's a result of the bad vaccine, right? A lot of people, that information's out there for you guys. A lot of these effects that you're having with your body, there's no such thing as a good vaccine, period. And there's another one. And all these effects that you're having and food allergies and all this crap is coming from that.
And also, you just do whatever you can do to help strengthen your body. Yeah, your body, so it can fight off these things, by eating. I mean, honestly, food is your medicine. It is very important, not to break into these, if you really cut out those seed oils, that's an incredible thing that causes lots of inflammation and lots of problems.
And what is it?
That was
Margarita Rivers. Yeah, I do believe that that's a scam, because I know even Candace Owens just did a thing about it, or another people. You can look this up for yourself, but there's a guy who said he was there and talked all the talk and wrote books about it, and it turned out he was a liar. So trust me, it happens, right?
You're not supposed to trust anyone that says trust me.
Don't believe it.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? Don't believe it. Just do your own homework, right? But all that stuff is fake and phony. It just is. I don't care what you say about it. You got to do your own homework. I've already been there and lived the lie and snapped out of it, you know what I mean? And did my own homework. And on that note, we're going to say night-night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Remember them guys? Who was that? Sha-na-na?
No, that wasn't Sha-na-na that sang that. Not that
was
song.
It?
No, I don't think that was.
That's
better.
They didn't sing that either.
No.
All right, you guys. Share the video. Don't share the video. Make sure you subscribe. Unsubscribe. But we'll see you guys on the next video. We got some more information coming up for you.
Give a thumbs up, please.
You could give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you like being challenged. If you like a free man, a free thinking channel where we don't conform to the ideologies of the Matrix.
But make sure that you're taking care of yourself in this heat.
The most capable hand is at the end of your wrist.
To remineralize your body.
We'd still be trapped in North Carolina if it wasn't for my most capable hand. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like your health and everything, man. No one is going to care about you more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where you got to just, that'll help you break free right there. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Blip. Blip.
See you guys.